excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam tapped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens. What about the courage right there, sacrificing his body to get the high percentage attempt at the rim.
Doncic with the steal. Pass to Gallinari. From 13, count that one.
And he's really mastered the catch and shoot as defenses try to close out. Hard to guard.
And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Washington Wizards. And he goes right over Luka Doncic and slams it down.
And how about just floating to the rim on that side?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. And it's Paul missing.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
We've seen a quick start here for the Wizards. 4-point game. Outside, Wall. Pass to Nance.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Gallinari outside. Over Nance. And it's Gallinari missing.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Now here's James. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Shoots from 12. And that one hits back iron. Here's Doncic. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Now, Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Now here's Wall after LeBron James's miss. 4 on the clock. He gets it in there.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now here's Paul. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Rebound by the Wizards.
I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
Now here's Paul. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Stolen by Van Vliet. Drops in the breakaway layup.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
You know, Greg, defense forgiven for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passes. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
Now here's Van Vliet. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. 5 on the clock. And Adams sends it back.
Well, Steven Adams is very much capable of anchoring a defense right there in a great spot to get the block.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide-open three.
And another miss by Washington. On the wing, Doncic. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Pass to Van Vliet. That three off the mark. .114 left in the first quarter. Here is Ibaka, defended by Bryant. Shots good by Ibaka.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Got a piece of it. Van Vliet with it. Now defended by Adams. And there's the foul. That's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul. 55 seconds left in the first quarter.
His touches left him in this quarter nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
And they pick up two.
Nice change of speed from Gordon on the drive to the hoop. Love that aggressiveness.
There's Van Vliet after Eric Gordon's bucket. A three from Bogdanovich. And so the ball is out of bounds. Bogdanovich touched it last.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Right side, Gordon. Not loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. .17 seconds left here in the first quarter. Pass to Ross. Back to Bogdanovich. And he makes good on the layup.
Now Bogdanovich focused on scoring on the inside, and when he gets close to the basket, it looked like he was hungry to get two.
3 seconds left. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
You know, they really made a lot of good quality reads down there. Took some chances, but feeling more calculated than risky.
Now here's Wiggins. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Here's Van Vliet. And no good that time. Gordon with the defensive effort. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Gordon.
Timeout. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington.
And after spending his first Remains a supreme athlete and rebounder, though, at that center position.
Now here's James. Shoots it. Wiggins with the rebound.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. And a nightly double-double threat is DeAndre Jordan, but some dissatisfaction with his play last season. Greg, what was that?
Well, I felt like his impact has tailed off just a bit from his peak with the Clippers. Sometimes the great athletes have more of an adjustment as they enter their 30s.
Man's no good. Wiggins right side. Pass to Gordon. Now Jordan. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 3 on the clock. There's the 3. Second chance shot. And it's good on the way in.
Yeah, DeAndre Jordan dominates this game on both ends around the glass.
Here's Wall. And the slam dunk by Wall.
And textbook. I mean, that move to the lane, you got to tip your hat on that.
Well said, Greg. And Clark with some major elevation on the slam. Shots good by Ibaka.
All that practice on the positioning and timing of the catch and shoot paying huge dividends for Ibaka.
In the corner, Smart with it. Here's Wall. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up and you can't knock it down.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Stolen by Smart.
Yeah, a bit surprising to see them leading at this point, given the number of turnovers they've already committed.
Gordon inside. Now the shot clock resets to 14 seconds on an offensive rebound. Brent, do you like that change?
I think digging into the numbers a little bit, Kevin, it only affects about 3% of total possessions.
Is that all?
Yeah, throughout the course of the year, not in any given game. So it's very, very,
no kidding,
very minimal what happens. But what I like is that players have to reset quickly with 14 on the clock. And I think coaches are starting to think about how it is they might have quick sets as opposed to getting the ball to the top of the key and trying to run through a traditional set. Maybe you have quick sets after the reset to get yourself a better shot.
More strategy. And here's Whiteside. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. No one here, James, as he lets it go. It's good from long range. Now it's a 4-point Wizards lead. Ibaka drawing the double team. Pass to Adams. Looking to end the run. Timeout. Good. Adams has got his first basket of the night.
Unselfish play of Chris Paul there. Has a knack for knowing when to get his guys when they're wide open.
Washington calls timeout.
Well, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
Both teams will make substitutions. And with Adams on the offensive glass, he is impossible to move.
Well, that's a big reason why a couple years ago, Kevin, he grabbed more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds, so you know he's going to live in the paint.
Wall, good.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
It's stolen by Bryant. And here we go. And then jammed by Larry Nance.
So fun to watch Larry Nance Jr. get up and be in flight.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Evan?
Interesting ideas. David Beckton. They recover it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off inside. Here's Doncic. Paul outside. Wall with the steal. It's rebounded by Doncic.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
To the middle. Here's Adams. Not going to go that time. Nice D from Bryant. Here's LeBron.
Well, LeBron enjoys fooling the D right there, tricked them, got them in the air, and then gets himself to the free throw line.
For Washington, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making both. He hits the second from the line. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Ibaka outside. Back to Paul. Fires it up. Rebound by the Wizards.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone reported an easy miss or 2.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
For Washington, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
We watch LeBron and we marvel at him, but how hard that LeBron James works at his craft and continues to push the bar for himself physically is one of the things that you have to appreciate the most.
Here's Doncic. No good on the last second attempt there. And so we conclude the first. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Wizards leading by 6. Wall wide open. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And here is Paul. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Whoa, with a block. And they're able to recover. Adams' shot is off. James with it. He's picked up by Doncic. 2 points. That one goes. James has got 13.
Well, it looks like he's got just one of those good feels tonight. That means trouble for the opponent.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Puts it up. Misses off the right iron.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Pass to Adams. Paul outside. Now here's Adams. 5 to shoot. And the baseline jumper no good. And here they come. Gallinari with the steal. Here's Paul. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Just can't say enough about how much of the game Chris Paul sees, exploiting every single hole in the defense, and an excellent penetrator. That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been an incredible career for Chris Paul. No longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team should be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still as strong as ever.
And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, P.J. gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
Now here's Van Vliet. Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Leonard. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. Then Gasol with the dunk.
How about the authoritative throwdown by Pau Gasol, making his presence felt and rocking the rim.
Gordon. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Hits the jumper in space.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside, and then a nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes play. The three from Leonard. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Oh, and Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent. He was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the three-point shot, and Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his spots when the pump fake can drive in and draw some contact.
Here's Van Vliet. Offline with his three. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 6 points.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
This is his third free throw attempt of the game.
And he's shooting his free throws to the tune of 75% this season. Fairly standard number.
Now, when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
Here's Joseph after the basket by Washington. Gallinari outside to the inside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. They get Pau Gasol. He might be an aging veteran in the NBA, but DeAndre Jordan is still terrifying for defenders when he's going up for the alley-oop.
Oh, he's such a great target still on the roll situation. You combine his length and athleticism now with the know-how and his tenure in the league, and DeAndre Jordan still can be an elite finisher on the inside. He can be just lethal from the perimeter, even though he didn't get good looks in the first quarter. Will that make right there? That could change things.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Van Vliet. Here's Bryant. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Now here's Van Vliet. He's got 7. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. And good that time. And the Wizards lead by 2.
This is where the remake of his game is paying off. Leonard now one of the better catch-and-shoot bigs in the NBA.
They get it back. Jordan. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Possessing the length and explosiveness to do just that. Leonard looks good when he's taking it hard to the rack.
Puts one up from 19. Here's Jordan. And it's sent back by Bryant. Outside Leonard. The 3 ball. Another miss by Leonard.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Nice to see Gallo with a head of steam, and he throws down the hammer jam.
Van Vliet with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Count that one from Van Vliet.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
Pass to Jordan. Kicks it out to Wiggins. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Ross with it. Outside Bogdanovich. The offensive rebound. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And now a 5-point Wizards lead.
I feel like when Myers Leonard plays significant minutes, he can get himself into the rhythm of the game. That's when a lot of his better offensive rebounding games come.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Wizards lead by... And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the wing, Wiggins. Evans, left side. Back to Wiggins. On the wing, Wiggins. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Man, that's exactly the kind of ball rotation you want to see from Evans. Throws it to the wide open shooter.
Here's LeBron. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a three-point play. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Oftentimes when the stakes are raised, you go to your favorite move. We know he's very comfortable around the rim.
And the GOAT conversation. LeBron has said his motivation is to surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Craig, what do you think he needs to do to bolster his case?
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion.
DeAndre Jordan, I don't think he's shot more than 10 shots outside the paint the last few years, so dunking is what he does.
Wall. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Inside, here's Nance. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. And the Wizards lead by 6.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
And it's Jordan that's out the key. Pass to Evans. Launches it. No good on the shot. And the Wizards now going the other way. They've led by as much as 10. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
I love LeBron being shifty on that play. Outstanding at going right to the rack with that size, strength, and speed.
Now here's Paul. And stolen by James. And finished off by LeBron.
Well, that's a pretty serious blow, guys. I mean, they are showing they want this game. Staying active defensively and putting up some quick points.
Here's Doncic.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Right side Wall. Shoots over Doncic. Wall's shot is off.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there, Kevin. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
And here we go. Washington fast break. And James throws it down.
All right, the coaches are going to ask you to stay in front of LeBron James, but seriously, you want to get in front of that?
Here's Paul. So a chance at the line for one more coming up.
But that play never gets old, Kevin. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
And Whiteside's got the ball here for the Wizards. They're leading by 8.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Pass to James. Fires the 3. And that one's in. He's only missed 3 of 13. Brandon, this next question culture we're in, what comments do you want to hear from players who have just lost a game and facing disappointment?
I like the humility aspect of this question, Kevin. And the thing that I listen to most from players who get it, they'll compliment their opponent first. Something had to happen where the opponent did something enough to beat you. So you don't say that we did all these things. Give the opponent credit first. Secondly, players who shoulder a massive amount of responsibility, they'll say that they could have played better first. And that takes and deflects everything away from their teammates. And then they'll talk about what they're looking forward to most. And their challenge is, we'll get better tomorrow. We'll get better next game. And that they know there's room to grow. Those two things are pretty impactful.
Well said.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
Ibaka with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Here's Doncic. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
Timeout.
9 points for Luka Doncic.
Start it.
An average shooter from deep, it's important that Doncic continues to work on this part of his game.
Washington calls timeout. They're ahead by 8. 1:03 left to play in the final quarter. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
He was able to listen in on what Scott Brooks had to say to his team. He talked about the mindset they need to have and what he wants to see the rest of the way. Engagement at both ends and making good decisions with the ball. Guys?
Now here's James. Shoots. It's rebounded by Paul.
If he wants that one over again, I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And when the game is on the line, Gallo is the guy you want to have take those shots.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. At the elbow, it's Whiteside. Pass to James. Here's Nance. Smart, wide open, he fires. Knocks down the 3 ball. And the Wizards lead by 8.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Nance, no good. They get a hand on it. A nice shot by Gallinari.
Well, hustle from Gallo there. Remember, at 6'10", he can do that. Makes the right call by going back in and finding possession there.
And so Washington takes the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. Thank you for joining us. That'll